Hey everybody, it's Master Galengeist here, bringing you my review for Captain America issue 4. And this was a pretty good issue because we got a lot of cool action. We got some more information on one of the people that are in the organization that Steve's trying to fight and stop. And it just flowed very well. We got Steve kind of like still trying to figure out what's going on and what he kind of needs to do. And it doesn't seem to like break up the flow. I've liked how Steve is trying to figure out his place in the world still and what he kind of needs to do to fit in that world and try and see if his beliefs are still kind of relevant. Now, hopefully we'll get some more movement on that front, but it's like every time a new piece of information pops up, we kind of get Steve's take on it and what's going on with it. Within this, we see that he's going into this abandoned base in Alberia, and T'Challa can't help him because they've got treaties with Alberia that they can't break or whatnot. And Steve's like, nope, you've done more than enough, and now I know that Thaddeus Ross is a traitor. And he's going in and he's thinking about these kinds of things. He says that like he's a believer, like he believes in the flag and the shield and his uniform and all that, but with that it's kind of hard for him to understand betrayal because now we've got people that'll salute the flag or swear by the flag one day and then betray you the next. Him ruminating on Ross doing this and how it doesn't really make sense to him as he's going through the base and just expertly taking out the henchmen that are around. And by the way, I kind of like the design of the outfits that these henchmen have because it's kind of a little bit different. It gives you kind of a reminiscent feel of kind of like Baron Zemo a little bit, mainly because of the mask and the kind of, for lack of a better term, kind of like crown slash tiara kind of thing that kind of goes on top. But he's going around taking them out, being like, it doesn't make sense that Ross would do this. He served with Ross's aunt during the war, and Ross isn't just like a typical armchair general. He was in the Air Force. He would lead and everything. So it's really kind of hitting Steve that Ross would do this and betray him and Sharon this way. And he even says that like it's not just that you betrayed one of your agents, you betrayed the woman I love, and he's gonna go for that. So as Steve's going through, we get this one the one Russian woman kind of like monologuing to Carter and explaining kind of her plan, how they were ready for the war with Hydra, that they view war differently, just kind of like strengthening your power, weeding out the weak, and that power should be used. There's like no bad side to power, it just needs to be tested. It's like, okay, that's an interesting way to do it. So as we get to that kind of point, we see Steve getting closer and closer, and the Taskmaster appears. And this is a pretty cool fight. And Steve's like, yeah, this guy is more than just a mimic. He can analyze things in seconds, showing that he starts off with Swordsman, he goes to Iron Fist, then he goes to even Steve himself. And he had been hit with an arrow. And it's like, oh crap, that's not going to be good. So he's continuing his fight, but he's starting to kind of slow down towards the end of the issue, and that's not good. It's like, oh crap. And then it's about to get worse because he can hear the screams of Sharon. And before this, we'd found out that the Russian woman is Alexa Lukin, and that Sharon had killed her husband in a previous issue in like 2008, and that this husband had pretty much turned her into an assassin and everything and kind of got what he deserved. Which is, no, this is kind of business and kind of personal. Like, she's going to pay as she sets Selene on Sharon. It's like, oh crap, Steve is not in a good place at the moment. He's dealing with one of the most dangerous hand-to-hand people possible. Now granted, he can also do more things than just hand-to-hand, but being able to mimic everything like that and kind of just like analyze things in seconds, he's pretty one of the most dangerous men in the world, as Steve commented on, but he's like, so am I. And I'm like, yeah, that's Steve. He always finds this balance of not being arrogant, but understanding where his skill set is and how to use that to his advantage. So Steve's going to have a tough time trying to get back into kind of just a better kind of balance, make sure he can shrug off whatever was on that era, take out the Taskmaster, and see if he can get to Sharon before any bad repercussions happen with Selene. But this group seems to know what they're doing, so we're going to have to see where this goes. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.